Did I just say that on camera?
Hasham's vehicle has been broke again. This has been a terrible off-roading adventure for him. We have broke a Land Cruiser for real, y'all.
Twice.
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 Tree Troopers, it is
Late.
11:30 and we're trying to get ready. We're going to take some friends out tomorrow.
I'm doing this 8-hour thing, so at noon, 11:30, I'm gonna be hungry. So I can't eat without feeding the people that we're with. So we're doing chicken sausage, turkey dogs, veggie sausage, some chips, beer, soda, maybe beer, because we're gonna be driving. I don't know about the whole drinking and driving. But afterwards, we'll have beer.
When we get back, we'll do some beer.
Yeah.
They don't know that we're doing any of this, but we just wanted to, they are really big supporters, and we just want to say thank you. So, we're gonna do lunch for them. Boom! You ready? You ready?
We are out at Prentice Cooper again with Hasham and Jonathan in a stock Land Cruiser 100 and a Jeep Rubicon 2018, y'all.
That thing's
He
fresh.
got the new.
Right. So they're doing it right. They're doing things that we should have did when we first was going out, which is you go out with other people. And you
take the time to learn your rig.
Yeah. So we did a walk around on both of their rigs and just sort of went through some of the basics of what their trucks are, low points, and from there we were able to get them up to speed with things that they need to think about. Since both of them are inexperienced, we feel like we'll just go ahead and take our time when we're doing this trail.
Exactly. And I mean, we're in no rush. It's 10 o'clock in the morning and we ain't got nothing but time. It's Saturday, y'all. Something really good came up while we were having discussion. Everybody's truck is different, and it's human nature, at least for me, not being experienced, to want to follow someone else's path. But one of the things that we noted in looking at everybody's truck is the high points, the low points are all different on everybody's truck. Some people's trucks have higher clearance than others. So you have to know your own truck and choose your own line.
That's true.
Don't try to follow anybody else, chase anybody else, keep up with the staples or all the off-roaders and do something. Know your truck. That's what's most important.
So these are the ruts, and they're pretty gnarly. And the Rubicon is a little stuck. Hey, whoa!
What's wrong? It's good.
Push it back the other way. All right, don't move. Fully lock. Fully turn that way. Okay. So keep it going in reverse. And then slide down. Keep going. Whoa. Straighten up the wheel.
I'm right at this tree.
Don't worry about that tree, bro. I got you.
All right, what am I doing?
Hook the wheel.
This way?
Yep. Yep. Keep it going. Fully locked. All right. Reverse. Keep it. Come on. Yep. Keep coming. Keep coming. Give it the gas. Give it the gas. Give it the gas. Give it the gas.
Am I gonna hit this tree?
Hey, if I tell you you okay, you're okay.
Okay. Trust him. So give me more gas.
Not yet.
Okay.
He wants to bring it up a little bit.
Hook the other way, and we're gonna pull it forward a little bit. And that's what I was worried about.
So don't turn it in.
Yeah, keep going, keep going. All right, now pull it in drive and pull forward. Hook it back the other way.
It's fine. I think so anyway.
All right. You're going in reverse.
Gas.
Yep. Whoa. All right, so you're clear now.
He did good. So what you think, Jonathan?
Oh, that was super scary and uncomfortable. Because like I said, at times on the side, like I'm literally sideways, so.
But now you know your Jeep can do it.
I know I can do it.
When you see it with your tires off the
Yeah, I have to definitely see the video.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So how'd you feel about that?
Feel great. I'm glad I was like really worried because he's got a new Rubicon. Training works.
You did good.
Thank you.
High five.
Wow. I'm ready. High kiss.
I don't know.
He's got a lot of body rust up under,
Mm.
and the control arm, the mount has rusted, and it looks like it might have collapsed. And all of the bushings are also bad, and they've dry rotted a bit. So
So what does it mean that the control arm collapsed?
not necessarily important, but it affects how the vehicle steers.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so it was a bit of a situation, and it looks like it's resting on top of the. So how intense is it?
It's for our standards or Nakota standards.
Yeah, your standards.
For ours, it's
1 to 10.
caught me by surprise. It would be a solid 7 on my standards.
What about you, Jonathan?
It's not a 7, but
Wow.
like I said, everything was cool and easy until I went the wrong way. And that's when it was like, okay, it just got real. That part got to a 7. After I was done, I was sweating. I was like, let me get some air. I was like, it's a little warm in here, even though it's like 50 degrees out here. So it definitely got real.
So what do you think about the jet boil so far, babe?
This is good so far. It's a lot easier to deal with than the BioLite, even though I like the BioLite because it's a smaller footprint. The jet boil is winning. You guys just saw this picture that I took in Dakota on the back of this Tacoma. Let me tell y'all what happened here. After we crossed the river crossing, we saw the guy up on the hill and we were like, what's he doing? Is he just waiting on us to go? So he was looking under his truck and we were like, okay, he must need help. So us being the nice people that we are, we stopped to ask him if he needed any help. And you know, my husband, the Nakota of the Staples and Tents, is super duper handy. He country boy. Horse pasture, born and raised. On the fields is where he spent most of his days.
Well played. Well played. So as we was coming out of the trail, we saw a guy at the top of the hill and he was having some engine trouble. Rolled up on him and asked if he needed some help, which you should always ask people if you're out on the trails because you never really know what's going on.
And you never know when you'll need help.
Right. So, you know, he was like, he was leaking, he hit a rock, his oil light came on. And so we went through the checks, didn't see any oil around the truck. You remember our video, how that happened when our oil light came on. And after that, we decided to look at the oil stick, dry. Okay, so I'm thinking that he's probably got a new truck and in the break-in period, it'll consume some oil, and this probably consumes some oil. So I recommended that he go do a turnaround, might marshal him in, and then bring him back out and go to a store, get him some oil, and if John wants to take his wife and kids back out, boom, you can still get a little bit of daylight. So the real big thing that we wanted you to understand was last night I was out with my boys, and they was like, well, why didn't you ride your bicycle? And I was like, well, I needed to check the truck out before we hit the trails. He was like, you're going on the trail, why you can't just
go? It's a car. Cars, they just ride.
What you doing? They was giving me the treatment,
the business. Y'all know who y'all are.
Right.
Terry, Ryan, Trey,
Jonathan. So
this is why Dakota does stuff to the truck.
this is why you do the walk around. You want to make sure that all of your fluids are correct, mechanically sound as best as you can understand it, and then you know that you're ready for the trail.
So we had both Jonathan and Hisham, who are both pretty. Jonathan's a first-time rider, and Hisham, he is novice level.
Yeah, just getting started.
Just getting started. But the thing is, just like when we went out west, you have to take risks. Bounce back.
Yeah, bounce back.
And then you move forward. And that's exactly what we did today. We all went out, you know, eager to learn and explore and enjoy. And so, of course, anytime you go out, there's a certain amount of risk associated with it. We had to make some adjustments.
Yeah. You know, everybody was like taking risks, you know, with the marshalling, whether you were behind the wheel or being out.
I was driving.
You know, there was a lot of risk being taken, and you know, there was we broke a Land Cruiser.
We broke a Land Cruiser. But we bounced back, y'all. We made adjustments because at the end of the day, the most important thing is the safety of the people and the safety of the vehicles. So if you can't off-road, overland, and have those two things take place, then that's not a good idea. But we made adjustments. We parked the vehicle just to make sure that no damage was done to it, to make sure that he could get back home to Atlanta, and we moved forward. It's like you have to be flexible. You have in life you have to be flexible, just as in anything else in our relationship. Dakota doesn't necessarily do everything that I like all the time. I don't necessarily do everything that he likes, but we're flexible with each other. And when you go out, sometimes more flexible than others, but when you go out, it's the same thing. Every journey you have to treat just like your relationship. You have to be flexible and understand that it may not happen how you want to, how you expect it to, but it's gonna happen. And you enjoy yourself as much as you can, and that's it.
What she said.
Did I just say that on camera? No.
Hisham's vehicle has been broke again. This has been a terrible off-roading adventure for him. We have broke a Land Cruiser for real, y'all.
Twice.
So we just got to the gas station. We were airing up, and his battery light came on. You know what that's going on. So we look under the hood and find out, guess what?
Well, we jump it.
Yeah, we jump it off because it ain't starting.
And then we do the check for the alternator. If you don't know, disconnect the battery.
We started looking at the battery gauge inside the cluster, realized that it was coasting around like 10 volts. So I was like, all right, well, let's just go ahead and do the check. And what's the check, baby?
You disconnect the battery, and if the car turns off, then it's the alternator. If the car stays on, then your alternator's good and your battery's bad.
There you go. So we knew.
Dakota taught me something, y'all.
So we knew right then and there we got a battery problem, but we're in Chattanooga.
Oh, we got an alternator problem.
Excuse me. We knew right then we got an alternator problem. And the problem that we really got is that we're still in Chattanooga. We got a long way to go.
Exactly.
So what we're going to try to do
is limp home.
Right. We're going to stop at Advance Auto, get the battery that will fit the truck. We tried to go into Walmart, but
boo Walmart.
Land Cruiser's running reverse polarity, so it's not going to work. So we'll go to Advance Auto or O'Reilly, somewhere, car shop, get a battery that fits, get a big battery, put this boy in, and then just try to get him back to Atlanta.
So let me say this.
About an hour and a half, but I think we can do that.
This is one of the reasons that we say over and over again, it's so important that when you go out, you have somebody else with you, because
don't be like us.
The last thing you want the last thing you want to happen is to be by yourself, because instincts happen and you panic and you aren't able to necessarily think through the situation the best. But when you have someone else there with you to bounce ideas off, to really troubleshoot the problem, then it really helps a whole lot. So make sure you ride with someone so you can have each other's backs. You know, just like, you know, John today, him and his family, they were by himself. We helped him out, and sweetest little boy, he is already subscribed and commented on our YouTube channel, and we will absolutely be subscribing to your YouTube channel as soon as we get back home and can check it out. But we looked out for him. We made sure he got out the trail safely, and that's what it takes. Everybody has to look out for each other.
There you go.
In a world that's so crazy, it's nice to know that you have someone with you that has your back. Like this man right here has my back.
Over and out, y'all. So my boy's 100. He's dented both of his running boards. Alternators going bad. Right, over here. Over here.
He said, not me.
That Land Cruiser right there has dented both of his running boards. Alternator. We had a leaky stem, that was no problem. And what else went wrong? I guess that's it. That's a lot anyway.
Rust.
Well, yeah.
Clackety clack clack.
Yeah, either his sway bar or control arms. You couldn't really tell. But he's got a lot of issues, and this wasn't that trip.
But he had a good time.
He had a great time.
And he learned a lot.
But we broke his Land Cruiser. Now, eating at Urban Stacks. Sometimes when it goes bad, you just need to go ahead and get a burger and forget about it.
And some French fries.
You gotta do some guilt. What kind of eating is it? We're gonna do some emotional eating.
We are headed back to the ATL with a quick stop in Dunwoody. Hodgen's battery died, and his alternator went bad, and we purchased 2 batteries from Walmart. The plan is that we should be able to make it back to Atlanta from Chattanooga on 1 battery, but just in case the battery died, because we don't have an alternator now to charge it, we have a second backup battery. So that's what we're doing.
Told him to turn off everything inside his vehicle so that he is minimizing the amount of battery that he might be exposing to power consumption.
Right, so right now he should have nothing on but the engine and the lights. So
this is the old country boy technique from 1970
and 2.
Somewhere in there.
And 3. You were born in 3.
Tree Troopers. Now you know how we broke a Land Cruiser twice on the same trip. But in this regard, make sure you check your truck out before you hit those trails. Take a friend. That way you can make sure somebody can tell your story and we can all laugh about it at the campfire. Peace, y'all.